There's a chunk of moonstone really close. See that right there? Let's see if we'll get Bob out to chip us off a piece. Okay, I'm going to... I did quick save, so I'm going to try the ladder. I have 686 meters per second of DV left. That seems very similar to what I had before. I am so very much confused. Okay, so Bob has to... plant a flag in a sec. Let's plant the flag. So this is Twitch 4. Landing 4, likely the last landing. Again, Bob and Michael. Where did all my DV go? It will be a mystery for the times. Oh, I don't even need... Look at... Right, there's my moon rock right there. Well, let's do an EVA report and a surface sample. Can I do that while I'm moving? You can. He is... Oh, no. You got to actually stop. Last landing at 669 meters remaining on board, so slightly better, but just slightly. There's... I don't understand it. I gotta go back over and really try and figure out why. So I you know, like, it's not surprising that the monopropellant and the nitrogen didn't make that much of a difference, but I'm honestly perplexed. It's almost like, let me get back on the lander. It's almost like, no, there's liquid fuel. It's almost like there's a container here that's just not getting any, but I don't know what. No, and I checked it here and it was full when we left. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, how's Bob doing? Bob's done with those. Okay, let's go see if we can do a little bit of chipping. He has no monopropellant. Because, I'm sure, no, because of the stupid little glitch. I'm wondering if the first landing, actually, I might be starting to think of something. And maybe that's what, I'm noticing a comment about the tug. So did my first landing have a little transfer vehicle under it that this one doesn't have? I think that might have been it. I think my first landing I might have cheated and had the transfer vehicle that brought it to the moon, and I used up what was in it. Oh, I bet you you're right. I bet you that's exactly it. Okay, science. I should be able to do little collect a McJob, right? Pick up moonstone. There we go. Now, I'm not sure if this is biome specific or not or what. We're going to find out. It doesn't matter. I've already done it. Oh, my God. So that was a big waste of time. We're heading home. Heading home. Experiment surface sample. He has the surface sample. It's in there. Right? Let's look at his data. Yeah, surface sample. That's what happened. Okay. So they might need a pickup. Now that I've taken out that monopropellant, they might need that pickup. So that was a mistake. That is what happened. The first landing had a little transfer vehicle on the bottom. I used that during the landing, whatever was left in it. So I cheated the first one. So this is underbuilt, is the moral of the story. I underbuilt it. I really got to go back and look at the stream where I built it and examine my reasoning. Nitrogen reserves are getting low. It bases those reserves, that warning, just on a percentage basis, not on a raw amount, so I'm not worried about that. Okay. I'm noticing this contract's not going green. So what I suspect that has to do with is it has to get back to Kerbin with Kerbalism, which isn't going to happen. So I'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, I think I think we're transmitting here. I think we're done with our experiments. Oh, the radiation scan's still running. It's got 3 minutes still to go. Okay, so we'll finish off our radiation scan. So let's. Oh, I just retracted the ladder, and now I'm unretracting it. Okay. Am I going to the south to get back to the station again? I am. Okay. So that's it. This thing is underbuilt. You know, I probably figured out a delta V based on landing from an equatorial orbit, while I should have been thinking about the fact that this is coming down from a polar orbit, and that does make a difference. I've never worked out the numbers part of it, and I probably just assumed it wasn't that big a deal, but that's probably it. Yeah, the polar orbit definitely costs more. Landing from an equatorial prograde orbit is the cheapest option. Everything else costs more. Just like when you are ascending, you know, when you do your launches. It's cheapest to go... sorry, I got some stuff here to do. It's cheapest to launch straight east, and everything else costs more. It's the same thing. Unless you're landing from an orbit that's prograde and equatorial, it's going to cost more. Now, the moon doesn't... This has to do with the moon's rotation. The moon's rotation doesn't rotate that much, so I was just assuming it probably won't be that big a deal. But, you know, I could be wrong. I never did work out numbers, so that might have been a mistake on my part. Okay, we are off. But they may require a pickup this time. Okay, so 266 meters per second. Oh no, we haven't actually circular. We're not in orbit yet. Don't get carried away. Okay, let's delete this thing. We don't need that. Okay. We're not home yet. Transmitting that telemetry report, and then we're done with all the transmitting. The thing is, the truth of the matter is, once you've achieved an orbit, you know, that's the scary part. If you can't achieve an orbit, right now I'm suborbital. If something goes wrong, obviously that's going to end badly for these two. But once you've achieved an orbit, everything else can be worked out. You know, like maybe you have to do something creative or stupid, but you'll work it out. So I'm not worried per se. Alright, let's do the insertion here. Lock that on prograde. Actually started burning a little late. That probably wasn't smart. That definitely wasn't smart. I pushed up my Apple apps is too high. Oh well, whatever. Let's see. We're heading to the station. Set as a target. Alright, so same plan as before. We'll see how this works. We have 42 meters per second left. And this time, of course, we're going to miss by a lot. I mean, you know. Oh, look at the other side. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, can we make this work? When I was doing this last stream, I was getting the worst encounters. Now at least, you know, something is going right. I'm getting some pretty happy encounters here. Maybe it's because the relative inclination is so different. That could be. Or not as different as it was last time, because we're spending much less time on the surface. That could be why it's not nearly as hard. Okay, there we go. Got a 300 kilometer separation, or 300 meter separation. Burns 23 meters per second here, 31 meters per second relative speed, so that is 54. Yeah, we're gonna need the RCS. Well, we'll do the best we can. All right, so this burn's coming up. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this first burn with whatever monopropellant. Oh, actually, I should keep an eye on this. Even if we can get close, we can get out with Alec can get out on his ship and catch them, as it were. I do want to leave a little bit left because I can get my brain around it. I do want to leave a little bit of monoprop left for docking. Yeah, I'm very good at getting my Kerbals into trouble and then pulling them back out of it. There is one Kerbal who did die very, very early in this whole series. Warrior King, whom I named a station after. And other than that, it's, you know, okay, now I'm officially knocking on wood. We've not had any other Kerbals die. Valentina came to an end that was very, Kraken end that was very similar to Bob's Krakeny ending there, where she got spaghettified. And it was another situation where I threw it to the chat, and the chat said to keep her. So the chat's very generous to Kerbals. They feel bad for them. Bob owes his life to the chat, and so does Valentina. Okay, I upped the thrust limiter. I did. Get myself closer. Lock that onto ProGrade. Take a look at our close approach indicators. And again, I gotta remember not to bring this right down to 0. We still have to dock. So yeah, this is a sketchy lander. Badly designed lander. These people are very, very mad at the engineers back at the KSC, and for good reason. Okay, let's see. Yeah, oh, this is gonna be fine. I am keeping an eye on the bar over here, but I'm also looking at my maneuver. I might be doing the velocity killing if I can. Let's just get this done. There, 400 meter separation coming up in 28 minutes, and our relative velocity at the encounter is 31 meters per second, and I still got 43 meters per second of, for realsies, Delta V with monoprop in reserve, so I think I got it. I think we're pulling this one out of the fire too. I think my stingy engineering, I was cutting things a little bit too close to the mark, but I think I'm going to get away with it. Oh, we got a total eclipse, a solar eclipse happening on Kerbin. I guess it's only total if you're right on that little black circle. Though, I mean, the moon casts a mighty big shadow on Kerbin, so I'm sure there are a lot of people of the Kerbal Nation enjoying a total. But then again, they get them every 6 days, so maybe it gets less and less exciting. It's not as great a thing as it is for us. Okay, where are we at? We're about 7 minutes away. 4, 5, 4, 3. Oh, whoa. There we go. Timer did something funky. Put that on target. Trying to bring this down a little bit. Still keeping an eye on that monoprop. I might be getting close to being done. Stop. Stop. Stop it. Okay. No more. Monoprop is now just for docking from here on in. So we'll turn that down again. RCS off. Did I ever get around to using modded nuclear reactors? Not in this game. Unfortunately, no. I've never got far enough down the tech tree. My science progression, and I have... I think I've identified why my science progression was so slow in this game, but of course that doesn't help in this particular save. But of course that doesn't help things right now. And so I think if I were to ever do this exactly the same way again, I would definitely... I have some things that I think would get me going down the science or up the tech tree faster. But no, I never got to the nuclear reactors. Now that being said, I do have, and it is a really old Let's Play on my channel where I did play quite a lot with nuclear reactors. They are a ton of fun. And very useful, too. Okay, so all we got to do is kill off our velocity, our relative velocity. Our relative velocity with the target is 22 meters per second. Still got 38 meters per second left in the can, so we really should be good. So now I'm actually using proper LFO engines here. Monoprop is now going to be for docking, and docking only. Alright, so let's pop over to the station. We are coming from over there. So we are going to dock on this one. Not close enough yet to set the target, but that's okay. All right. Well, some adventures with the lander, but honestly, overall, I'm pretty pleased. Bob's got his surface sample from the canyons. If this doesn't end up satisfying when I bring them back to Kerbin, I'm just going to use the console menu to give me that contract. Because as far as I'm concerned, I did all this, so it might be just that the Kerbalism science is messing up the contract and it's just not seeing it. Which is fine, but I'm still going to give myself the contract. If that's what ends up happening. Hello, Red Pulse. I'm glad you popped in to say hi. And Serenicu, it's no problem being late. Is this Let's Play ending soon? Asked Natalie. The plan, and next week now that I'm at this point in this, I can say next stream is definitely, I'm going to be starting that Ike build. So that's going to be the plan for the next stream. I'm going to do the build, head out to Ike, land on Ike, do whatever I can on Ike, get those Kerbals back home. That will end this Let's Play. And I'm thinking that as far as timing goes, and you know, because KSP2 is coming out, you know, later part of February, and by that I want to be completely clear and just put my energy into KSP2. Now, might I be returning to KSP1? Probably, but I want to get a taste of KSP2, see what it's like in its early release, and kind of put my energy there. And I think cleaning up other things before that would be a good plan. So that's going to be the plan. So the plan is going to be finishing this off. Probably, my guess would be like 3 more streams, maybe 2 more streams. 2 or 3 more streams. I also want to do my Eve landing and return in my stock series. Some people might be aware of that as well. Okay, that is good. We are done there. Control from here. Where is my... Where's the... my blind? Oh, I haven't set that as a target yet. There we go. Spinning all around. There we are. Oh, no, no. We have to be right side up. This way. So, I mean, we are pretty close. I should stop monkeying about. This way. So that's sort of the plan. Land on Ike, come back. Land on Eve, come back. In the other live series, I'll be getting in probably 4 more of those tutorials would be my guess. There's one coming out this Monday, but after that, my guess is 4 more. And then... uh-oh, hit map view. Ah, no, 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 no. Am I there? I'm there. I hit M instead of N at one point, and that was that. So, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to, let's get this done. So I'm hoping with all of that to be free and clear by the time KSP2 comes around. That's my plan. We are sciencing, transferring our data here. I want to make sure that data is here. Boom, boom, boom. 3 surface samples. We are going to transfer our crew over there. So, Mr. Alec P. Kerman, who I think is in here. Yep. Mr. Michael, or actually it's Miss Michael Kerman. In there as well. And Mr. Bob Kerman. Okay, and we're going to do a very quick look. You see, looky-loo. I'm going to close that contract window for now. I'm considering that contract done. I don't care. Okay, we're going to make sure that our Nerve 1 here is completely, fully, and ready to head on in. So the Nerve 1 is vessel 15 here. So we're just gonna, didn't take much. Top up. I did top it up between the streams, but you know, Alec was probably eating some snacks while we were doing we were mucking about on the surface of the moon. Okay, all the liquid fuel is there. Nitrogen, the pomegranate capsule, and these extra cans. That's fine. Oh, it doesn't have oxidizer. Because it's a nuclear engine. Oxygen. Lots of little oxygen tanks to fill up. Monopropellant, that's all full, and water. Nerve of Alec drinking while we were away. Okay, that's it. So these guys are all ready to go. They got everything they need. There we go. Looked very weird there first. Why? Never mind. Heading back to the station, and actually it's not even a bad ejection like you always want from a polar orbit. If your orbit is in the same plane as the direction that, more properly actually, the direction that the moon is going along in its orbit should be in the same plane as your polar orbit. That's your right time to leave and come into that orbit, but we're pretty close to that, so I think we're going to be okay. So we're coming around this way, so probably the burn around here. We'll probably, oh wait, why am I doing this? Dope. Undock. The station's not going. Oh wait, I want to take this big chunk of stuff with us. That's right. We're gonna take this thing with us. This adapter. We're disposing of unnecessary stuff. So we're taking this big adapter with us. We're gonna burn that up in the atmosphere. Because burning things is fun. Okay, where are we at? We're going to get this. I want to get these guys on their way back. We're not going to get home this stream, like I said. like I said, I will be doing that piece of it. Just gonna time warp a little bit and we'll clear the station. Don't know why the station's orbit's still yellow when I don't have it selected, but I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to get ourselves going in that direction, and then I think I'm looking at bringing this stream to a close. And like I said, I'll bring these folks down to the surface between the two streams. You've seen me do that before. In fact, I did it not that long ago. But we're going to start by doing a bit of an avoidance maneuver once I know where the station is, so I know I'm actually avoiding it. Okay. And there we are. Oh, wait, what the? ARM1 probe. Oh, this thing's called OHC station. Really? Okay, I'm not going to. Do I have to rename you? I am now ARM1 probe. How did that happen? I am the Nerve 1-SN1. How dare you call me the ARM1 probe? And I am a ship, gosh darn it. Okay. So that is this one. That was weird. Okay, I know what I'm doing here. So we're going to line up our solar panels, and while that's being performed, I will plan our ejection back out of here. We're going roughly this direction. That's probably a little bit. Is it about? And we're going to be doing some aero braking. And I find 45 kilometers for this vessel seems to work well for aero braking it. So sort of get this. Yeah, I need to have obviously more prograde. I mean, what is it? 280, isn't it, to get out of? I should know these things. And our target is, to be honest, the WKMS space station right there, the Warrior King Memorial Space Station. We were talking about that Kerbal earlier, so I do want to keep this inclination relatively low. And now I've lost track of what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I want to select that maneuver. There we go. So about 45 kilometers in your periapsis there. What's our relative inclination? Oh, it's the relative inclination's pretty good, even though I haven't really tweaked this too much yet. Let's see if play with the timing to get the relative inclination as small as I can. You know, honestly, what I think sometimes works better, I'm thinking about it, is to keep the inclination out, to keep one of the nodes out here, even though that's a bigger inclination, but then I can zero it way out here when I'm still moving pretty slowly. That's probably a better plan. All right, what's my periapsis at? 81 kilometers, so we shall just a little bit more prograde. Get that to 45. There we go. I'm calling that. So we're going to do this burn. We'll make an inclination change here to zero out the inclination, and then it'll be a bunch of aero braking down into the station. Activating that engine would be a good idea. Deleting that would be a good idea. For some reason, it's still convinced I can't. Thinks I have no delta V for some reason. Very weird. I'm noticing no delta V here. Do I have how many ignitions? 18 ignitions? I remember Alec fixing this. I don't know why it's This is convinced there's no burn, but I'm gonna go. We're gonna go. No, it should all be good. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. And they have their science aboard. That's what's the most important. Yes, they do. We're going to use our X-Man script. So this thing winds itself around. I hope it's going to start okay, because according to the game, I don't have the fuel for this, though I know that I do. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully KOS will be convinced I have the fuel. Weird. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my gosh. Why is it starting to burn when it is? Okay, this is an adventure. Can't end simply. Something weird's going on here. Maybe this... Oh, I shouldn't have trusted that start burn time in, because it clearly wasn't even looking at this engine. I think KOS knows what it's doing. I think I know what happened there. So we're on our way back to Kerbin. I'll tell you what. I will make sure that that this does end in an appropriate trajectory. But I think I know what happened. I think this was all messed up, but I was using this start burn in as my guide as when to stop my time warping. But I shouldn't have trusted this at all, because it was clearly messed up. But I think Kerbal Engineer started the burn. Not Kerbal Engineer. My X-Man script, I think, did start the burn correctly. We'll see once we're done. Everything looks okay. That was funny. See when it ends? See, see, trust automation. There you go. Automation knows what it's doing. We're all good. This is just messed up. Why it's convinced that, why it thinks I have no fuel, I don't know, but here, we'll just know a little low on our periapsis, but that's easy to rectify with a little RCS. There we go. That is that. Run our alignment script. But these folks are now on their way. There. These folks are now on their way back to Kerbin. I will get them down to the surface between now and between our next stream.